When last we left our intrepid adventurers,
They had just blasted off from the planet Xenon, where they had been attending the yearly racing tournament held by pirate captain and king Vladimir Nash after blowing up his sail barge, the Maiden of Baksu, or at least blowing a large hole in it.
totally messing with him.
And making him very angry.
He also blew several large holes in several of his goons.
That too, which I'm sure
Probably
did
his
not make him as angry as the massive hole in his sail barge. So if I remember your position, you are in Sector X7. Space.
Wait, so we actually, made it off the planet?
Yeah, we flew away. That was the last little section there.
I thought we were still in atmosphere.
That you were like, I want to quit. And
You guys made it to orbit.
was like,
I mean,
no, we should make the orbit.
Nice.
you can sit there in orbit until until Nash's forces.
Nope.
I haven't needed my sector map in
Inevitably.
months.
Been on this planet for several sessions. I like it.
It will.
I also like getting back to space.
It will cheer you up that I had to make 3 different maps to prepare for this section. For this session.
Because you don't know which way we're going.
The power is in our hands. Quick, let's go someplace he doesn't have
Let's
a map
go
for.
back to Sector X6.
I have a map for that.
Oh, dang it.
But
Let's
do
go
you
back
have
to
an
Sector
app
X6
for that?
and then even farther to Sector X5.
I also have a map for that sector.
Wink. Wink, wink.
It's called a relabeled version of one of the other maps I made.
Is it currently
You'll never
called
know the difference.
Terminus Sector or Feng Shui Sector?
I think the names are Termia and Feng Shui.
Well, that's what I said. What are you talking about?
Right.
That's exactly what I said.
Right.
Let's get out of here. Wait. Question.
Yeah.
What are we going to do about the MacGuffin? Or should we worry about that later?
Let's get out of the sector first before we explode from pirates shooting at
Well,
us.
that's not a small thing. Which way do we want to go? Because
That's a great
if
question.
we want to go to
I know.
Termi,
We should go back to my planet.
Back to your planet?
Planet Atlantis, of which I am king. It's a safe place because it's sovereign space.
Which you are king.
only if we can
Yes.
skyhook something.
It's in my title on my character sheet.
Well,
Let's go back.
Carithers III, Esquire, King of the planet Atlantis.
It's on the
as
character
I
sheet, it's
remember,
gotta be
you
true.
guys had the box with the MacGuffin in it. You haven't opened the box yet.
We know, but we're not going to sit in this orbit to open it because who knows how long that might take.
Ah. So you're planning on going back to Atlantis.
Well, that's my suggestion.
If you will let me skyhook something, I would potentially agree. But since you wouldn't let me use the skyhook, I must say it would be better for us to push on, onwards to greater things.
What could be greater than my planet?
What could be what?
What could be greater than my very own planet?
One, not getting destroyed by space pirates. Two, literally anything. Three,
You're just jealous because you're not king of a
space
planet.
whaling. That was fun. Remember that? Number four,
That was a fun little side quest.
using
Space
the
whaling.
skyhook to save everybody's life. Maybe to grab Vlad Nash and get his fingerprints to open the MacGuffin case. 5, a nice.
What is your
cherry
obsession
cider.
with getting my ship stuck to things?
6, getting your ship stuck to another thing just to see how you react. 7, another.
No,
thing
you
that
got
would
a
be
real
better than
problem.
I could go on for days. I got.
Oh, good. Well, you're going on for days. I'm going on to the planet Atlantis, of which I am king.
Set course for. Hey, Stephen Albert, I think, is the one that wanted the MacGuffin, and he had a place that he needed to go. We should maybe check with him.
I thought he was following the compass to get to the place he needed to go. So we'd have to open the box to look at the compass to see which way we're
It's
going.
not a literal
and we're gonna
compass.
navigate.
It's an artifact that's called a compass. It's a metaphor. They don't really know anything about it.
Oh, it's a metaphor, like your IQ score.
No, they were following it when they were attacked.
So they were following the compass, or they were like following the trail of the compass, like Indiana Jones style.
No, the compass was stolen from them.
Albert never really explained that to you, but he did say that like the direction was giving the compass was giving them direction, and they were following it.
You really don't know much about this Albert guy. He's a Mattis. Can you really trust him?
Given how much he's helped us, yes.
I guess, but he's been like sort of losing his mind about this whole compass thing, and very single-minded about it. Like, especially since we got to Xenon, he's been a little odd. I think a little off. You know, I don't know.
Have you noticed any NPC in our presence that has not been a little off after getting to know us for a little while?
Maybe that time of the month for man.
I'm amazed Kaylee has not just staged a coup.
Sorry, who?
Our Kaylee.
Let me check my crew list, but I don't think we have anybody named Arkaylee in here.
Nope. Our Kaylee. It's an honorific.
Modar, Amy Hart,
Amy,
Dr. Stephen Albert. Oh, Amy.
Amy,
Oh,
the
Amy.
engineer.
Yeah, sure. I know.
Kaylee, Amy.
Oh, you mean Amy? Man, when you if you're gonna come up with a nickname for someone, you kind of gotta let me know. Otherwise, it doesn't make any sense for the rest of the crew.
I have been calling her that since she joined us.
Except for every time that you.
It is an honorific.
Before she joined us. Well, while the two of you are arguing about where you're going to go, you start to your ship sensors pick up a number of ships lifting off Xenon.
Get out of here.
Thrusters to fall. Take off every zig.
Take off every zig.
I tell you what.
Just in case anyone is wearing a zig.
Let's.
When we hyper jump, it will zag unpleasantly.
He's wearing a zig. Everybody, if you're wearing a zig, take it off.
Let's blast.
Take off every zig.
Let's go space southeast from Xenon.
Man, can somebody post the map? I do not have it handy.
I do.
I've got it.
Guys, I'm looking at the map
Guys,
right here.
Seriously, incompetence is like your best character trait. That should be on your character sheet, Wilberforce. Incompetence.
You're accusing me of incompetence? I'm sorry, how many planets are you king of?
You're the one that doesn't have a map.
0.
You are the one that doesn't have a map.
So, at this point, I suppose...
It's a lot of work to be king of a planet.
I know, the weight of leadership drags heavily on you.
Heavy lies the head. Okay, so let's see here. Slug Pirates here, Beacon with Beacony Face, Sentinel 6, the Johnny Cash Beacon. That was a good one.
Space Southeast is my recommendation.
Towards the Termia sector?
Sure, because that sort of like allows us to get to any of the other sectors without too much trouble. Without, you know...
I like how we've named that beacon No.
We don't have to go. We don't have to go. I think we said, does this beacon have a name? And our Space Master said, no.
No.
And so I wrote down the official name.
We're really good at naming beacons, you guys. Can you get that up on the screen so everybody can see how awesome our map is?
I just know.
It's interesting, at least.
I mean...
How did the Johnny Cash Beacon get named the Johnny Cash Beacon? I don't remember that.
It was a beacon with no name.
In the desert.
Of space.
Space desert.
There are so many things about this
space desert to a beacon with no name.
So long ago.
Well, it's a good thing we're cataloging it for posterity. You can...
Oh, yes. Future civilizations will look back on this as the height of entertainment, imagination, and really good-looking dudes.
And the pinnacle of space exploration, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, the
No doubt.
Humanity at its finest.
Okay, so you're jumping Space Southeast.
Yes.
Yes.
Before the
Okay, so on
pirates
the way.
catch up with
Curiously
us again.
circular beacon.
So a curiously circular.
I mean, look at all of them. They're all ovals except for that one. It's
Well,
just
that's
perfectly circular. Curiously circular.
curiously circular. You might
I'm
say.
going to name this the Curiously Circular Beacon.
Intentionally, perhaps.
On the way there, Dr. Albert insists that the case must be opened immediately because this could
Go
be
for it.
they've been looking for.
Okay,
He's
but-
not able to.
Whoa. Here's what's going to happen, Dr. Albert. We are going to open that case. We're going to do it in the airlock. And you're going to open it.
There is no way you're opening that in my ship. You will tether it and hang it out the back of the ship from the airlock and then open it.
I think that's the first time that you've come up with a suggestion that's more extreme than mine. That's
might be the
literally
first time.
the opposite of what always happens.
I think we should write that down.
I think we should not open a potentially explosive package on the ship. That's perfectly sane and reasonable.
Dr. Albert says, "What gives you any idea that this would be explosive?"
I don't know, maybe the fact that he stole it under a hail of gunfire from an armed space terrorist?
Why would he load his own box with explosives?
Maybe
That
to
would
prevent
him
anyone
just-
but himself from accessing it.
Remember, this is the guy that loaded his entertainment course with explosives. This guy's entire idea of a relaxing afternoon is blowing
explosives.
people and things up.
So,
And you're acting surprised that there might be explosives on this thing?
Listen,
so at this point, Sladen comes up and says that he may be able to hack the biometrics on the...
I would like to hear him say that.
So Sladen's standing in the room and he goes, "Sladen thinks he can hack the biometrics."
okay,
I appreciate that.
can you breathe in space? Because according to Wilberforce, you're going to have to do it outside.
No, but Sladen does have a spacesuit.
Okay, well...
What? Okay, see, why are you complaining about my plans when his idea is just hop out an airlock without a chute?
I just wanted to check. All right, I just wanted to check.
Step 1, put spacesuit on person unlocking chest.
Okay, Sladen.
That's a double facepalm
It's
for
your
you, because
pony
that's
show.
how dumb that idea.
You know what? Listen, I was all for just having a party in the airlock. All right, and then if anybody gets hurt, it's just the doctor. It's just the airlock, which we never use anyway, and we can fix that easily enough. And,
Which we never use anyway.
Which we never use anyway. It's like there's a section of your brain that you call the airlock.
That was pretty good.
Anyway, if you want to do it outside the ship while we're in hyperdrive, I guess that's not my business. But
Probably not a good
I
idea
never
to
said
go
we had to
outside
do
the
it.
ship while you're moving faster than light.
yes,
I never said we had to do that.
faster
We're
than
getting
light. Stephen Albert says it must be opened immediately. If he's so keen on immediately, I said he can do it in the airlock, so he's not as much of a danger to the rest of us. That's my idea. But if you want to put Lawrence Sladen outside while the FTL drive is going,
When did I ever say anything about that?
I mean, we're doing it in transit, right?
Eh,
I'm just saying.
My
Lawrence said-
recommendation is we wait till after we're in
I'll
transit.
let you argue with Albert about it, then, because
Lawrence says, if the biometrics are disabled, any kind of explosive won't go off. If Lawrence can actually hack the biometrics, then any traps won't be triggered.
Lawrence usually refer to himself as Sladen?
Lawrence, he always refers to himself in third person. He doesn't necessarily always use one name or the other.
Well, according to you,
Fine. Okay,
Mr. Sladen.
Lawrence Sladen. What happens if you try to hack the biometrics and fail?
It depends on the lock. Either any traps that are associated with the box will go off, or the biometrics will lock down.
So, two bad things. Nothing good. Right? No
If
good
necessary,
options.
you can always just cut the padlock.
It was like bad and worse in that circumstance. I say we probably shouldn't do it on board the ship, just like Wilberforce said.
Hey, he agrees with me.
I'm just saying, his idea was more extreme than mine. I want to encourage this kind of behavior. Let's go.
Oh, you have just given me so much leverage.
Let's do it.
So you're gonna wait. Okay, so you arrive
I
at.
mean, as long as the doctor's not like freaking out and threatening to claw us in half with his mantis deadly claw
Only
arms.
a few steps away from that, he's seriously going mental. Did you see him on Xenon?
He doesn't.
It's okay,
strike
we
me
have
as
it now.
He's a little psycho.
He's a doctor.
Yeah. But his dedication to academia is bordering on the fanatic. Just saying.
Your face is
Right, so you arrive at the beacon,
painful to look at.
and I rolled on my random encounter table.
And you called it.
What?
And what is the beacon called?
The curiously circular
It
beacon.
must have a name. You've got 3 sector maps.
It must
and
be
no beacon
named.
names?
Why would I name all
It
the beacons
must
in every
be
single
Why would you name all the
Name
beacons?
it. Name it.
Okay, fine. There's a name for this beacon, and the name for this beacon is Eerie Silence,
Curious-
because that's the only thing you can find in the beacon. An
Eerie.
eerie silence.
Um,
It's palpable.
Curiously
The tension
circular
can
beacon.
come to life.
Silence.
Every second you think your crew will be attacked by some unknown entity from space, but nothing happens. There's just a beacon in the vast
Curiously
emptiness.
circular. Therefore, it is the curiously circular beacon.
Fine.
We can also name it the beacon that frustrated the Space Master.
The curiously circular beacon of no events. Yet. Because
Good.
for the moment,
Okay.
the only thing they agree to is the eerie space and the vacuum, the eerie silence and the vacuum of space.
Sweet. At this point, let's get his Lawrence Sladeniness into a spacesuit and hack them biometrics and hope he don't blow up.
So, sorry. Tell me again, what was the official name of this beacon? Because I'm having a little trouble with it.
The curiously circular beacon. That frustrated our Space Master to death.
You will be happy to know that all of the beacons in future maps have uniform size and shape.
Which is why it's even more interesting that this beacon is curiously circular.
I
Indeed.
think it's supposed to be
Tis a mystery.
A conundrum of the ages, if you will.
Okay, so you guys are putting Sladen outside the ship in a spacesuit with a spacesuit.
a space shoot.
And-
That's what this is. It's been a real
Not a
space
space
shoot.
shoot.
A space shoot, and he's trying to he's
Oh,
attempting
space.
to hack biometrics. So your outboard cameras see him fiddling with the case, which is tethered to the ship via the skyhook.
Yes.
No, it's not.
What else are you gonna tether him with?
Non-stabbing into buildings, rope.
And he seems a
Which is
little
what
bit.
Skyhook is. Hello.
It seems like it's not working.
It's death. What's not working about it?
Well, he's fiddling with it and nothing's happening.
He hasn't blown up yet, that's good.
Nope, no blowing up yet.
Continue fiddlation.
Right. So at some point he says, "Biometric hack isn't working. I'm gonna go ahead and use the cutting torch."
Who authorized him to use a cutting torch?
Maybe he says, "I did." He said he might need to use it to hack the to split open the padlock if the hack didn't work.
Amy, I understand that you have all the cutting torches on board, and I understand that you're a ship's engineer. But you gotta be careful giving things that could be used as weapons to anyone, even members of our crew. Because odds are good that they will be misused at some point.
Let's be honest, our
And we-
first mate has a history of inviting disreputable members of the galactic population.
As does our
Our crew.
captain. I
Hey,
just,
I
feel
invited
like,
Amy.
Modar speaks up.
Modar.
I
And
just feel like those should be decisions that are made in committee.
Modar speaks up and says, "That is why I have installed a failsafe on all of the dangerous tools on board. They can be shut off at any time."
Boom. See? Modar?
Interesting.
Inviting him is my idea.
It's nice that there's somebody with brains on this ship.
Somebody would bring
Somebody that is thinking ahead, planning for the future. This guy's going places, I tell you what. The motor
You know,
cat.
stick with me, and we're going to be awesome.
So Sladen takes out the cutting torch. The padlock falls off.
It doesn't
He
make any
opens-
sound that we can hear because he's in the vacuum of space.
Fine,
Well,
he takes out the cutting torch.
Vibration of cutting torch through his gloves did generate a bit of a harmonic frequency, which could have been picked up by his suit microphone and transmitted as sound.
He takes out a spherical alien artifact roughly yay big.
Sweet. Haul him back in, but leave the possibly exploding chest out there,
Um,
because we don't really need it.
and leave the dubious alien artifact out there as well.
Oh, wait. Stop everything. Dr. Stephen Albert, is that what you're looking for?
Yes, that's it! That's the compass! Quick, bring it in! I have to see it!
Okay, now we can bring it in.
Okay, why don't you go out and look at it first?
Why would I go out to look at it? Bring it in
You
here!
need to do a full scan on it to make sure there's no, like, tracking devices
Dude, he's traveled
or
with this thing.
explosives attached to it.
How could there possibly be explosives attached to it? I'm looking at it. It looks exactly like the day that I lost it.
Yeah, maybe there's some on the back that you can't see from the
Sladen,
front.
turns it over and just like,
Dumb?
there do not appear to be any explosives on this device.
Okay, run a scan on it
Just get them
anyway.
inside.
So,
We've got an
inside.
advanced scanner
Get
system. No, run a scan on it. We are running a scan and then bringing it inside.
I feel like this is a decision that should be made in committee.
We have an advanced scanning system. There's literally nothing we can lose by just scanning it.
Just Stephen Albert, who rapidly runs to the star map and begins fiddling with the device.
Oh yeah, let's shut the airlock doors while we're at it. Because,
5 minutes pass before anything of significance happens.
Lawrence,
At which
Thank
point-
you, Lawrence Sladen, for opening the chest.
Lawrence, thank you for opening the chest, but you're on disciplinary notice for not letting us run a scan before you bring that potentially dangerous artifact back into the ship.
So, 5 minutes pass before Dr.
When did you
Albert...
suddenly become the one concerned with the integrity of the ship?
Somebody's got to do it.
You wanted to fiddle with the potentially explosive case on board.
Somebody's got to do it. We've got an advanced scanning system, and we're not using it.
And you didn't want to scan the box?
Right, so Stephen Albert finally says, huh, that's odd.
Please tell me that it's not about to explode.
No, certainly not. It's not about to explode. It's just not giving me the same reading that it was before we were attacked.
Is it pointing at something that moves?
You might almost think we're in a different location than you were when you were attacked.
Well, yes, and
He's
the
back
device...
being a dude.
He says this line of outer runes on the device light up in accordance to a direction when the device is oriented based on the galactic center. But previously there was only one rune lit up at a time, whereas now there are two simultaneously.
So maybe whatever it was tracking is split into two pieces.
Well, the odd thing is that when there was only one rune, it was colored purple, but now it seems to have split into red and blue, pointing in opposite directions. One of them seems to be pointing towards the Termina sector, and the other seems to be pointing towards the Feng Xiu sector.
I hate to be the one to give you an elementary lesson in chromatics, but
Let's
red and
go
blue
to
together do make purple.
Let's go to Sector X8.
He says, by all means,
Space the vice captain.
What?
by all means, you are free to go. You have helped me more than anybody could imagine. I will find a way to complete this quest somehow.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so what, do we just leave you here in a spacesuit with your artifact? How's that going to work out for you?
At the
It would
curiously
be
empty
nice
sector.
if you could help me, seeing how the ship that I was in kind of got destroyed by the Red faction.
You're not
Yeah,
too great at this diplomacy thing, are you?
We're a long
Well,
way from the Feng Shui sector, so let's go to Termia and see if we can find a place to
I think
either
we-
get some
I-
answers or drop
honestly,
them off.
I think we should go to X8, okay? Red is that way, blue is that way, purple is going to be right in the middle.
Except purple's not even active right now.
But it used to be, and it was
But it's not
probably more
anymore.
important. It's been split into its component colors, We need
But
to
then we're
unify
gonna
it
have to
again.
put it back together, so we should probably get the components first, rather than guess where the sum of their vectors is.
Well, let the record show that I disagree.
Stating for the record, my co-pilot is an nincompoop.
You almost made me spill water all over my computer.
Yes!
Ah, shucks.
We're so good at this.
We're so close at least.
High five.
So you're gonna go.
Pointing in the right direction.
Get out of here.
You're
I
not pointing the right.
disagree with you. No high fives for that. No,
You gonna leave me hanging, bro?
no. I'm gonna leave you hanging.
Bro.
Besides, there's a space master between us. So.
Well, he can duck.
Not on. That reminds me. You guys are down to
Oh yeah.
20 something fuel.
22.
22.
Since we just used
Down to
one.
22. 21.
Hey, does our strain reset?
Yes,
Have we
you
slept
slept
yet?
away.
Nice.
Yeah, good. Okay.
Boom. And my HP is probably back up to 10 since I spent some
Everybody
time
went to the med bay.
in the med bay.
Everybody got a field trip to med bay. So you're going space south to the to that end beacon there.
The end beacon, yes.
Jason to the Termia sector.
Termia sector. Oh, good.
Termite sector?
Well, that's unfortunate. You reach the sector and are greeted with an eerie silence. The tension is palpable. You can cut it with a knife. There's
I
nothing.
cut the tension.
There is nothing
What's in it?
but the empty space, the empty vacuum of space, and the silence.
You know, ducking forward like that makes you appear much larger in the webcam and takes up more space. Oh, God.
I suppose it should be like
Yeah, that might be more effective.
better.
So, what are we naming this beacon?
Whatever you want to name it. I really don't care.
Gateway to the Termia sector.
Termia.
Whatever you want to name it. I don't care. These names
Either
are
one.
getting longer.
I think our Space Master's caught off guard a little bit by our naming convention.
I don't care what you name it.
That's not what you said earlier.
Well, this one, I don't care.
You said... Well, which is it?
I don't care. I don't care what you name it.
Okay,
Does
that's
he play shortstop?
that must be the shortened version, because earlier he said the whole name was whatever you want to name it. I don't care. So we can call it
Third
I don't care
base.
for short. A third base. Okay, all right. On to
Your FTL is be charged. Would you like to jump again, or sit there deciding what you're going to name the beacon?
the terminus sector. Yes.
Hey, termites!
Termite
It's
sector.
It's Termia.
Yep, termites.
It's Termia. I have the correct spelling in the map that I am uploading to the chat.
I'm pretty sure that last
Terminator.
letter is pronounced. Ts.
Yep.
As a result, we get termites.
Okay, so this is definitely not one of the maps that I have uniform beacons on. But the other ones are.
Uniform beacons? Why are they in uniforms?
Uniformly sized and shaped. So the space you're entering is controlled by the Engi. Let me just put up a local star map for you here so you kind of get an idea of where you are.
Question. Last
Yeah.
on my X7 map, Termia is spelled with an I, and on this map it's spelled with an E.
Oh, is it spelled that way?
Termia, Termea.
Okay, there's an explanation for that, actually. The spelling with EA is that's the spelling that has been used by Zoltan that have translated the names and Engi that have provided the names, whereas the IA is actually a misspelling based on Federation bureaucracy.
And the TERMITE spelling is local to the crew of the Durango.
Hey, we could get all the way to X1.
That's just a local area map, but that is kind of the edge of human space. And also pretty far out in the galaxy, so you couldn't really go anywhere from Sector X1.
Okay.
Oh dear, I just realized I need to change something.
So we've got Termia sector, and we've got. That's interesting. It looks like the all of the exits to the Termia sector are dead ends.
Ah, no. That's the other thing I wanted to tell you. Those are just more Engi sectors. They connect to other Engi sectors down the line, but since this is just a local map, you can't see
Local
those.
map.
Local map. So if you look on the...
New goal. Make it to the edge of the map.
Also, one of those is the wrong color. That one on the right should be green, not red.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering about that.
Okay.
Also, that
So
other
does that mean X10 through 21 are also NG controlled?
No, those are also
Feng
Federation.
Shui is rock controlled?
The 10 through 21 should also be blue. I don't know why I did that wrong.
Oh.
I just did that wrong. So here, maybe I'll just open that in Paint here and fix that.
I've already
just,
downloaded it, so you can't change anything.
Can't change it. What if I just give you a new one that's better?
Update the Navi computer.
no.
Beep beep boop.
Can't do it.
Need to update the nav computer. There we go. No problemos. Just save that bad boy and snap him back on there. Okay, try that one. That one should be better. So as you are entering the sector,
Thank
or I
you,
should say, as you're
good
in,
old boy, space mechanic.
Disappointed with this.
as you're in transit, Modar mentioned that this is Engi space, and he has been banished from Engi space.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Does, however, have a solution.
That's cool. No, don't worry. This ship is the sovereign outpost of the Kingdom of the Planet Atlantis, and as such is itself not NG-controlled space.
I swear.
Yeah.
I am going.
He says,
Careful, regicide is a serious offense.
You ain't my king, boy. It would only be mutiny.
He says,
Are you rejecting
that
your offer of
he says that
citizenship to the planet Atlantis?
Steve's like, guys.
Most of the rest of the crew's
stop,
on
let
board.
me talk, please.
he says that the Engi Protectorate will not acknowledge that as legitimate, and they will be running scans on the ship that will identify him. But he has a solution. He suggests that he disassemble his nanites and spread them throughout the ship, so that the signature of them together cannot be detected. But he could still be on board.
Would he also distribute his consciousness throughout the ship and thus become the ship?
Kind of, not.
Or would he be like a shipboard AI?
Very interesting philosophical question.
It is an
I'd like
interesting.
to give him the honorific title of Cortana.
He would not be able to man an individual system,
Just
but
update the crew roster to indicate he is now Cortana Modar.
Cortana Modar. But he would more or less be. He would more or less have access to kind of all of the ship's systems. Not
Cortodar.
necessarily- Cortodar.
Could he still roll for dodges? That's my question.
No,
That's a very important question.
he could not man a system, but he would be kind of like a shipboard AI in that he would be able to. He would be able to, he'd be able to give you diagnostic information without going through the diagnostics computer. He would be able to. He would be able to communicate with you through the PA system.
So it's a shipboard AI.
Yeah, more or less.
Okay.
Cortana Modar.
Cortodar.
Sure. We'll go with that.
Okay.
Just like Kaylee Amy.
Kalani.
Sort of.
Right. Okay.
So you arrive at the first beacon, and your scanners pick up a lone ship
It looks to be of any...
A ship on its own, not a ship that wants to lend us money.
Yeah, not a loaning ship.
Got it.
Yes, very funny. Very funny.
No, that legitimately caught me off guard. My bad.
It's a loan ship. Building loans. What can we do for you today?
It's like a loan shark.
No, not a loan
Cost
ship.
you a
Single
space
ship.
arm and a space leg.
A single ship. Yeah, at the beacon. What do you do?
I ask Dr. Stephen Albert, which color rune was pointing towards the Termia sector again?
He says, the red one.
Okay.
That one's going to be faster to get.
How do you...
Because it's red.
I was about to ask, how do you know? And then I got it. It's because it's moving slower, isn't it?
It's moving towards you.
It's
red shifted.
It's redshifted.
Wouldn't it be moving away if it's redshifted?
Oh, yeah.
But it's red, so it's faster.
But it's red, so it's faster. As long as everybody believes it's faster.
Yes, they do.
Okay, you lost me, but...
The orcs from Warhammer?
Which way is it? No, I've never seen... No, never played Warhammer. Sorry, man.
I haven't either. Right.
So where is it? Like, is it pointing to a certain specific direction in this sector? Is it pointing to another exit sector somewhere, or like what?
Dr. Albert says it seemed to be pointing, generally speaking, space east, but you're going to need to make one more jump to actually triangulate the position.
Okay, let's make a jump, bro.
Are you going to do anything to the ship?
We're gonna
Let's
scan it.
Does it need to be repaired?
We're gonna scan it with our scanners.
You're gonna scan it with your
Scan it. Let's hail it.
Let's heckin' scan
With our
it.
hailer.
Let's
Hailing.
Let's scan
your
it
hailer.
first, and then hail it, and then and then paint it with the paint kit. If there's nobody on it.
If there's nobody on it,
in
we
a
should
minute,
totally
it's
strip it
gonna
down
jump
to parts.
away, and if you guys haven't decided what you're gonna do,
Scan it.
We're gonna scan it.
So there's one life sign aboard. Looks like it's possibly a merchant vessel. You don't see signs of any weapons. Decently large cargo hold.
Hail it.
Hail it. Fire up the hailer.
Right.
Nothing
Hailer.
left of the golf ball.
I think we should start with peace-sized first. Just
On
between
three.
me.
Hello. Yes. What can I do for you?
Hello.
Hello?
I mean, hello. This is Wilberforce Jericho, Carruthers III Esquire, King of the Planet Atlantis and Captain of the Durango. To whom am I speaking?
And yes, he does that every time we hail anyone.
Wow, you're actually king of a planet?
It's a long story.
It's a long story, huh? Well, oh, no, hold on. Let me find his name really quick. My name is Robbie Liamson. I'm a merchant. I'm trying to get out of here as fast as I can.
Why?
Why did you rob Liam Neeson?
Liam's son. I'm Liam's son. Not I didn't rob him. No. I'm just trying
robbing
to
your dad would definitely make you want to run.
I'm trying to get out of the sector as fast as I can, just like everybody else.
What?
I don't see anybody else, bro.
Well, most of them have been eaten by the Vokar.
The what?
I'm sorry, the what?
The Vokar. You must be
Gesundheit.
You must be new here.
Apparently so is the Vokar.
Yeah, pretty new.
How new?
Yeah, pretty new, Amy says.
Sorry.
Amy,
Yeah,
why
no,
are you on this channel? This is an official diplomatic channel. Only Wilberforce and I are allowed
honestly,
to get off of this channel.
Amy is probably the most diplomatic out of all of us.
I have 13 charisma.
Robbie says,
You use it poorly.
Robbie says, have you not been paying attention to the news? The Vokar, the giant spacefaring aliens that eat ships, that have invaded the sector, that have come out of nowhere?
You know,
Those
we've
Vokar
been
now.
a little busy in the last week, so
We've also
don't
been
get
in
lot
a
of
different sector.
news in X7. Just
Yeah. Well, X7's kind of a trashy sector. I hear the Red Faction's stationed there.
yeah, by the
Can
way,
confirm.
just a quick question: which sector were you planning on running away to? Just now?
Whichever one we got to first, which happened to be X7.
Yeah, yeah.
That's kind of a
Okay.
trashy choice.
I mean,
Well,
the
while
red
you're-
faction control it, you know.
Well, while you're here, do you want to take a look at my wares?
Sure.
You what? What, you like a merchant?
Where are your wares?
they're on my ship, but I can give you
I'm
a.
not going to show you what I'm wearing.
Nailed it!
Nailed it. Well, they're all on my ship, but I can give you. I can send you a list. I can email you a list. Do you want him to do that?
Yes.
Okay, so.
Maybe we can sell some stuff. Hey, are you buying things too? Because we have a couple things in our cargo that we'd love to offload with you that you could probably sell for a pretty good markup in red faction controlled space.
Oh yeah, sure. I'm a merchant. I buy, I sell, I spend. What do you got?
Oh,
I'm gonna
well,
buy some-
we've got a quad laser, a tier 2 weapon.
You got a what?
Oh, right. I mean, we don't have a quad laser.
Did you just say you have a quad laser?
No,
Do you know
sorry.
what? You got caught with one of those things? I ain't gonna buy that. Quad laser? That's
I
material.
said-
What are you guys,
I
smugglers?
did not say quad laser. I'm sorry. I was thinking about something else. It's a burst laser, not a quad laser. I don't even think those exist. It's a burst
Wow.
laser.
Putting that 13 charisma to work. Hey, remind me what your IQ score is?
It's 12, same as yours, buddy.
I think at this point he's running under a circumstance detriment.
We've got a burst laser and a couple blaster rifles.
A burst laser? What mark?
Red?
I'm not sure. It's a tier 2.
Oh,
Doesn't have
burst
a mark
laser
on
mark
it.
2?
Yeah.
You want to sell it? Yeah, sure. Well, that's good for 100 scrap.
Hot dang.
Boom. Sold.
Yeah, I'm surprised you guys wanted to part with that.
Well, see, we still have a tier 1 ship, so like it's dead weight at this point because we can't install it.
Yeah.
It's a rough,
Gotcha.
rough.
Definitely not because we have a quad laser in the hold.
How many?
We're
That'd
looking
be
for
something else.
we're looking
How many
for a ship
blaster rifles
upgrade.
do you
But,
have?
sorry, what's that?
How many blaster rifles do you have?
Well,
Like 5.
I kind of like mine personally, and I might want to keep it.
So like
But we can
4.
sell. I picked up 2 of them, right, to give one to Lawrence, and he didn't need it. So we have 2, in addition to yours, which I don't think we're going to sell. We have the 2. We have a blaster pistol, and we have a gun.
We have a gun.
Hey, let's keep that slug thrower. I think that could come in handy.
Okay, should I? I think I'm
You
also.
definitely sell our spare too.
I'm probably going to keep the blaster rifle though, and sell the pistol.
That's cool.
That's
So what,
all right too. 'Cause I
one
think-
rifle, one pistol?
Right. Yeah, we've got 1 rifle, 1 pistol, and a legendary. This is a one-of-a-kind deal. A legendary combat knife. Let me tell
Wait,
you
you
about
wanna
this
sell that?
combat knife. First off, it's been
Let's do
upgraded.
this.
It's got a scope and a bipod, so you'll never miss again. +1.
It has something carved into the handle. I named it. I swear I named it. Go back and find that in this session.
You named it? What did you? No, I don't think you did.
I'm-
And it's been like literally all over the galaxy. 3 or 4 sectors. It's famous. It was involved in the snafu on Xenon just recently. It saved someone's life. Yeah, you'll read about it in the news when you get to X7. But it saved someone's life on Xenon.
You really want to sell this thing?
I'm just seeing if we can get a good offer, because you never know.
I'll give you the punch in the face if you'll stop talking about it.
Anyway,
He says, "Let's do these one thing at a time. Tell me about the guns, and then tell me about the knife. How
Okay.
much do you want to sell?
a
Late
blast-
model blaster rifle and functional blaster pistol.
One of each? Well, if it's a late model, it'll go for 10 scrap for the rifle and 5 scrap for the blaster.
It's probably actually been tuned. It was used by pirates.
It was. It's like military grade
Oh,
blaster
wait, hold
rifle.
on. You're selling me pirate junk? I'm not going to take that stuff. The Federation will nail that stuff. Anybody scans that on my hold, they'll think I'm a smuggler.
No, you're not smuggling anything.
What's your
It's
charisma
just space
score?
junk you picked
What's
up
your
somewhere,
charisma
man. Don't
score
worry
again,
about
Wilberforce?
Effectively better than yours.
No.
Go,
No.
go ahead. Go ahead and tell them about all the non-existent weapons we have in our hold.
Anyway, standard
Anyway.
issue military grade blaster rifle and a regular old run-of-the-mill blaster pistol.
Are you sure these things haven't been used by pirates? You guys are changing your stories a
I'm
lot.
very confident they have not been used by pirates.
Yeah, but has it been tuned by pirates? I mean, have they even been worked on by pirates?
No, they're stock. They're
Come to think of it,
literally
they probably
factory
haven't.
new.
Well, I'll have to take a look at them, but if they really are, then they'll be 10 and 5, respectively.
Okay, sounds good.
Deal.
You leave the bargaining to the smart one over here, okay? Come on.
Well, you keep jumping in. I'm trying to.
He says, now what was this nonsense about a knife that had a scope on it?
Okay. I just
I'm
want to
really
know.
sorry about this. First
that-
mate of the ship is a bit deranged.
It's a legendary artifact. It's a combat knife. And it has a bipod and a scope.
He says, what on earth would you do with a bipod and a scope on a combat knife?
He's a little deranged.
You'll never miss, is what you'll
Listen,
do.
I hate to tell you this, but I don't think I could ever sell something like that.
I mean, you never know when you might run into a collector, because this thing is a relic. And it comes
Uh,
with a pretty good story, too.
He says, listen, I've been around a little bit, and I know when somebody's trying to hawk something off on me that isn't worth anything. So, I tell you what, why don't I buy the
Hey,
plastic pistol
thank
from
you.
him?
Would you like to be co-pilot of an adventuring ship?
It is +1 to hit, though. I mean, that's got to be worth something. I'm just saying. If you can give me a good offer, it's the opportunity of a lifetime.
Tell you what, I'll give you an offer. You give me that combat knife, and you give me 40 scrap, I'll take it from you.
You know, for someone who's makes their living as a merchant, I would expect you to understand how these kind of things work a little better.
And I would expect you to understand that if I can't sell it, I'm probably not going to buy it.
Listen,
Voltron, please
it's not my
accept
business.
that you suck at bargaining. You're not going to sell your knife,
ability to
and we're
sell
moving
things,
on.
All right.
Right, he says, so do you want to take a look at my wares list and see if there's anything you want to buy?
Yes.
What's
You haven't
23
said that
plus-
already?
What's 23
He
plus
has-
15?
He has in his hold
38.
138 scrap. 138. He has in his hold 6 ship fuel, 6 missiles, and 1 drone part.
Hey, we could sell
can-
our missiles too. We got 4 missiles we could sell.
We don't have any missile launchers
Don't tell him that.
active.
He'll use it against us somehow.
Hold on 1 second.
Whatever.
He might. You never know. This guy's a hard ass.
Hold on 1 second.
Only because he didn't buy your worthless knife.
I'm just saying.
yeah.
He won't buy. He won't buy our pirate gear either. So,
What?
He has some
pirate gear we
droids
don't
for
have
sale.
of course,
any- Ooh.
the
these are-
droids we're looking for.
And he has some HP potions.
Hey,
It's
we could
interesting-
definitely use a few of those.
It's interesting how just a few days ago we had no notion that they existed, and now they seem to be
We've kind of been in a backwater
popping
sector.
up everywhere.
Guys have never run into anybody that sold him.
I guess not.
He acts like they're kind of rare, and he might be able to give you a special deal just by having them. Right. So, what are you interested in?
Well, we have some more. We have some missiles to sell, actually.
The missiles are going for 3 scrap apiece.
Okay,
Sell those off.
we got 4 of them.
That's 12 scrap.
12 scrap. Bringing you up to
150.
150.
All right, now let's buy stuff.
What do you want?
What would you like to buy?
Buy.
I'm interested in those health potions.
Health potions? They are 7 scrap apiece.
Jeez.
They're rare.
How many's he got?
He's got 6.
6. A minute ago, he only had 4.
What?
I thought
He's got 6.
He's got 6.
He's got 6 health potions he can sell you.
42 scrap? That sounds like a good deal.
Jeez. I don't know. Wait, what else are you
You know how
interested in
valuable
buying?
those things are?
Listen to me. What else are you interested in buying first, and then fill up on consumables with whatever we have left?
What else did we get that list emailed to us?
Drones. We want drones, right? You sounded exciting about the drones.
Fuel,
Yeah, that was for remember we don't have a drone launcher.
fuel, missiles, drone parts, droids, and HP potions.
We could get a droid to like a Roomba.
Yeah. I would be okay with taking a look at the droids.
Okay, so the droids. He's got 3 different types of droids. The first is a utility droid, which is a general service droid that performs a number of interesting tasks. It's got a very compact size. It's multi-platform with a multi-platform interface. It can run pretty much any system on the ship, so it can act as a crew member in a system or for a system. It can also perform basic repairs.
That'd be nice.
It doesn't gain any XP. It's small, mostly spherical with command circuits on the top. It moves by rolling around with a gyroscope. There's also a maintenance droid. The maintenance droid is specialized for repairs and other emergencies. It repairs damage and fights fire at +1, but unfortunately it can't man any other function. So it's basically a repair droid. And there's also a protocol droid, which is designed for protocol and etiquette. Diplomacy and hospitality and translation. Speaks all 7 languages of the galaxy and is very polite.
That might be a really good investment. How much is the protocol droid?
Good question.
And does it come with a fascinating backstory?
This one just recently had his memory wiped.
That's probably
50 scrap. Hold on. Sorry. 45 scrap for the protocol droid.
45.
That's not bad.
How about, what would you say to 42?
He says, what would you say to 45?
Oh, so it's like that, is it? How much is the other, like, all-around droid that can man systems? How much is that one?
The utility droid is 60, he says. But, I might be able to cut your deal if you get both.
What kind of a deal might you cut us if we got both?
Tell you what. Since I've had trouble selling some of these lately, because everybody seems to already have one, I'll give you both the protocol and the droid for 85 scrap.
I don't like it.
Wait. Okay.
Had to count it out and figure out if it was a deal or not.
Well,
75.
35. How about 82?
You're really bad at math.
how about 80?
How about... Listen, the deal is 82. Take it or leave it.
I think we should take it.
I think
Hey,
we should take
I
it.
tell you what. What if you throw in a couple health potions as well?
The health potions are going to run you extra.
I know.
Those are like hotcakes.
Right, but maybe we can make them part of the package as well.
You can make them part of the package if you want. They cost 7 apiece.
And maybe you could take it down.
Oh, you're saying if you buy all 6?
What? No. Listen, we're
Bulk
buying
rate?
two droids and maybe all 6 potions if you can give us a good deal on it. That's all
I'll
I'm
tell you
saying.
what. I'll give you the 2 droids for 82, and I'll give you the 6 potions at 7 apiece for 38 instead of 42.
So that's
110?
120 total.
120. A bulk
Yeah.
package, since you guys are buying a lot.
And that's a nice round number.
Very
That
nice.
is a nice
one.
round number.
I'll go for it.
Let's do it.
On the other hand,
All right.
never mind. We'll talk later.
So that brings you guys down to 30 scrap.
Yes.
Yep.
And we have How many health potions do we have now?
We have the 2 that we came off the barge with, plus the 6 that we just bought for a total of 8. We should probably distribute those among the crew members most likely to see combat.
I'm just going to keep them in our general backpack.
Oh, the universal inventory. Good call.
Yes.
A universal inventory?
You know, that thing that you get when you hit tab, escape, or I, depending on the game you're playing.
Right. Yeah. Ship inventory.
Yeah. Protocol droid and a repair droid?
Utility droid.
Do they have identifying numbers?
1 second. You're actually gonna need to give me a second on those.
Because otherwise I'm calling them Jeeves and Worcester.
Nice.
That's pretty good, actually.
Jeeves and Worcester it is.
Which one is Jeeves and which one is Worcester, though?
The protocol droid is obviously Jeeves.
Yes.
Say that again?
Obviously. The protocol droid is obviously Jeeves.
And, okay, sounds good. Protocol Jeeves. I mean, you can name it whatever you want, so.
I just did.
He did just have his memory wiped.
He did just have his memory wiped.
Perfect.
Protocol droid, Jeeves, and utility droid Worcester.
Hey, let's agree to not ever try to recover his memory again. Because he's probably like a bomb.
Probably like a bomb.
Okay.
At best, he's a plot bomb.
I need to take a quick break. I'll be right back. You guys carry on. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
That won't be hard. Right, so the merchant...
Things Voltron the Indomitable wouldn't do. An exhaustive list.
An exhaustive list. And that's it.
Refrain from firing the skyhook.
That's about it. He said
This
not
has
to do
been
that. So.
an exhaustive list.
The merchant is anxious to get out of there. He packs up the rest of his wares and jumps. Good doing business.
Toodaloo. Yep. I have refrained up until this point from pointing out that he was initially desperate to leave, but then totally okay with bargaining with us for a while. So obviously the scourge of the Vorlaxa Wejigamagusi spaceship-eating things is not that scourge-arageous.
Scourge-arageous. Apparently not enough to keep a merchant from bargaining.
Apparently.
So, what are you going to do? What you gonna do?
Follow the yellow brick road red indicator.
The red indicator is, generally speaking, east. Dr. Albert recommends that you take the beacon directly southeast of here to help to get a triangulation.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay. You go to that sector.
Preferably with shields charged.
Shields charged. Well, that just happens to be a good idea. Because when you arrive at the sector, you see that the beacon, you see what looked like the remains of an enormous ship battle. There are pieces of scrap.
I loot the room.
Past your window, and you are forced to wrench the ship around to the port side to narrowly dodge what looks like it was previously the hull of an Engi ship. You have to then wrench the ship back to starboard to dodge what looks like a tiny piece of a hull of what was formerly a Zoltan ship. And
I loot the sector.
As you are trying to stabilize,
I loot the beacon.
And getting ready to loot the beacon, you notice that there are several enormous alienoids chewing on the remains of the ship.
I stealthily loot the area.
They've seen you. These must be the Vokar that you were warned about. They are ginormous, like the size of like, well, actually, how many of them are there? Okay, so there are 2 of them. One of them is like the size of a freighter, a little bigger than yours. The other is the size of a, like, maybe, remember the pirate bombers that you ran into?
Literally.
Yeah, about a mid-sized attack vessel. That one, the slightly smaller one, is sort of sleek. It looks like it would probably move fast just by the design looks aerodynamic, which doesn't make a difference in space, but subconsciously. The other one is incredibly
eating
bulbous,
pure organic ships.
and has these like weird-looking appendages that are like maneuvering the food towards its mouth as it goes.
Really too bad we don't have a rocket launcher.
Real quick question.
Yeah.
Does the ship still have a skyhook?
There is no way we are hooking our ship to things that eat ships.
It's a yes or no
That
question.
On the scale of dumb ideas, from 1 to 10,
You haven't heard my
you have
idea
invented a
yet.
number for which mathematics does not have a definition.
You haven't heard my idea yet. Do we still have one?
I don't need to hear your idea. This is already too dumb to
I
contemplate.
just want to know if we still have one.
Unfortunately, I've been unable to sell the skyhook.
Did he try while I was gone to sell the skyhook?
No.
We're not at a space dock. We can't remove the
That is a
skyhook.
miracle. Okay. I just wanted to make sure he didn't try to sell it.
Any sentence in your plan includes the word skyhook, it is already automatically the worst possible idea we could have in this situation.
Okay, I have an idea.
What are this
It
to
doesn't
you?
involve the skyhook. It involves the hooky thingy on the front of our ship.
Modar says to you.
Okay. Go like this with your hand. Okay? Alright, now I'm going to weld you to the front of the ship, and we can use the hooky thingy on the front of the ship.
Modar says, Captain, I believe the alien life forms have seen us. Their course has changed, and they are now moving in this direction.
Scan
Okay,
them
let's
for
move very
weaknesses.
rapidly away so that possibly one of them, which is faster, will catch up to us first, and then we can shoot it first.
Scan them for
need to make-
weaknesses.
You'll need to make an engines roll to do that.
We've got the utility
Go for it,
droid
Modar.
in the engines room, right?
There's currently nobody in the engines room.
The utility
Modar,
droid.
get to the engines room.
Modar is dispersed his whole nanites throughout the ship. Weren't you paying attention?
Right.
The utility droid
was.
is the one that has
Right.
to be in the engines room. And you didn't put him in the engines room while I was gone? What kind of incompetent
I
captain
put the
do you
shields
have?
up.
Well, thank God for small favors, I guess.
Fortunately, the shields are up because Modar is tracking that there are several projectiles headed your way.
Oh no, we're dead?
You're welcome.
We're gonna die? Is the utility droid in the engine room?
Since you didn't put him anywhere, I'm gonna assume that,
I'm putting him there.
well, it's probably gonna take him a turn or two to walk there, or to roll there in his case.
Droid there.
What do I do with the map of this ship? Where'd he go?
That's the generic name for a method of perambulation of a droid of uncertain and unknown ambulatory mechanisms.
Map. Ship map. There it is.
Where did it go? Repost that on the,
Are you
Post that on
serious?
the-
You guys are hopeless.
tell you what, I'm gonna say I'll just say that it'll take 2 turns for him to get there. And by the time he gets there, one of the projectiles at the very least will have hit you if you don't start taking evasive
I
maneuver.
commence evasive maneuvers.
Right, so you're gonna do that for the next 2
General
turns.
direction of away from the space slugs.
If you do that for 2 turns, you will get the +1 to the dodge when the projectile arrives. The projectile arrives. Are you ready to dodge?
Yes.
Roll for it.
Hey, which
Commence projectile
sector
dodge.
are we in right now?
We went space southeast 1 from our entry sector.
Perfect. Does it have a name?
Not yet.
What about the one before that? At the beginning of the sector? Did that one have a name?
These both have names. It's interesting you haven't
What's
asked
the one
about
that
yet.
you said? Name whatever
For
you want.
Steve's like,
Wait.
I wrote down names for this whole sector, and they haven't asked yet about both of the beacons I've been in. Like, are you kidding me? These guys are gonna drive me crazy.
The first beacon is named Termia 1, and the one you jumped to is named Termia 2.
I'm renaming these
inventive.
beacons. The first one is Scaredy Merchant, and the second one is Not Yet.
Okay, right. Well, you should know then that our names are both not the official names.
That's fine.
What did you roll on your dodge, Don?
Yes, I rolled a 10 plus 1 from my navigation plus 1 from Dex.
And plus 1 from manning the systems.
And
plus 1 from manning the system.
And
For
plus
evasive
1
And plus 1
for
because I'm
evasive
awesome.
maneuvers.
Unfortunately, that's still not enough. The
14?
projectile slams into your
Probably
shields,
needed at least a 16.
doing 2 damage to El Shieldzios.
Doing 1 damage to shields.
Nope.
Because it can only do 1 at a time.
I thought we changed that.
Did we?
No.
This is why
Yeah,
we need an updated PHP.
I don't think so.
Originally, like in FTL, we talked there were shield bubbles, but we decided that the shields would, instead of being like bubbles, they would be like
Oh, that's right.
just damage, like damage soak. You would just soak up the first couple points of damage.
In that case, we only soaked 1 point of damage because we only have 1 shield.
Well, then your shields are down.
So we take a point of damage for that?
Nope.
Oh,
No,
they-
it's, our shields are down.
they just
Fortunately,
fail.
Amy is immediately working on getting them back up.
Confused.
Yeah.
I thought if they just soak damage.
They do, but since it was 1 attack, like if it had been a burst laser, the first laser would have hit the shield and done a point of damage to the shield, taking it down, and the second laser would have gone in and hit your hull. But since this was 1 attack, the shield absorbed it. Even though technically its damage rating was above your shield rating, damage doesn't get through in that situation. Now, if it was armor, you would have taken 1
One
damage.
moment, please.
But we decided to get rid of armor.
Right, okay. Whatever. It's fine.
Right. So you take a point of damage, and on your turn, Worcester is able to get to the engine room.
Worcester, thank goodness. Fire up the engines. Get us out of here. How many
Right.
turns until the FTL is ready?
Usually we've said 10, but I think you guys have some extra points, so 9.
We've got 4 in engines, which is a +1, is what my notes say.
So it should only take 9 turns.
9 turns, and it's been 1 turn.
It's been 2.
It's been 2 turns. Are we still doing evasive maneuvers?
You did evasive maneuvers for the first 2 turns, which is why you dodged. So I guess this is technically turn 3.
Wait, we weren't able to dodge. We missed the dodge.
Yes, but you tried to dodge because you did evasive maneuvers for 2 turns.
Okay, you say these are like ships, they're ship-sized?
Yeah.
Did we scan them for weaknesses like I said we should?
They were not scanned. You could scan them.
Scan them for weaknesses.
They are organic beings. They're not ships. They don't have any shields.
Do you think that an ion cannon would do any damage to them? Sometimes it can disrupt nervous system signals in organic beings, depending.
Modar says the likelihood of that is pretty low.
Okay, well, shoot at them with the ion cannon anyway. Got the ion cannon and the mini beam up this turn. Let's take some shots.
Okay. Well, do you want to try and outrun them, or do you want to try and shoot them?
Can't we do both? Just point the guns backwards.
I guess you can. Yeah. Although if you try to outrun them too much, you'll get out of range of the big one. I mean, he'll also be out of range of you, so there's that.
We're still going away from them. Like, we want to continually outrun the big one as much as possible, so that we only have to engage one.
Right.
Are you saying?
Which would mean only be able to shoot it one at a time.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay.
They don't appear. Well, I guess they do have ranged weapons, don't they?
Yeah, the big one does have pretty long range weapons.
I think we should keep continuing to run until our FTL is charged. And I'm making that decision as the ship's XO because our captain is offline right now.
Captain is, for the moment, offline. Okay, so your ion and your mini beam are up this time.
Jeez.
And what's the other weapon you have? What's your other weapon?
Heavy laser Mark 1.
Right. Okay.
Up next turn.
This is turn 3, and you're firing both of those. Make a roll for it.
Better believe it. Okay, well, I rolled a 5 for the ion cannon.
Probably not good enough to hit. Actually, no. It is. How many levels and weapons do you have?
How many levels and weapons do I have? 1.
Okay, and you're manning it. Do you have a dex of 12?
Yeah.
That's plus 3. That's good enough to hit.
Nice.
The ion cannon hits the fast-moving ship and appears to have no effect.
Okay. And I rolled a 9 for the mini beam, which is an intelligence roll.
Yes, an intelligence roll. I'm
I
pretty sure that's good. I'm pretty sure that's good enough.
I don't get a weapons point for firing that, though, do I?
Yeah.
I do?
You get weapons points for recharging them, remember?
No, I don't remember that.
Well, that's how it works in FTL. Every time the weapon recharges, you get skills for
If you're
it.
in
So
the room,
just
you get-
firing the weapon gives you experience points, whether you hit or miss.
Right, okay.
Which is why it takes a lot more XP points to level up weapons than it does
Right.
like piloting, because you have to succeed a dodge. That.
Okay.
And what did you roll on that intelligence roll? I think it was good enough.
9.
9, that's good enough. You only need to get a 7. So you do 3 damage. You send 3 damage to this thing, but you're not exactly sure how it takes them.
Take it and like it. That's how it takes them.
Okay, their turn.
Hey guys, I'm back. What did I miss?
I blew them up. No big deal.
Not quite. You did hit one of them with
Nice
an
shot.
beam. He sent a package of 3 damage to it, but you're not really sure how it was taken. In response,
Probably poorly.
top of turn 4.
It's taking you 4 turns to hit the thing once? What am I paying you for?
Well, the weapons are only recharged after the 3 turns. Wait, this should be the top of the 3rd turn?
Spent 2 turns charging, 1 turn firing.
Okay, gotcha. I literally shot as soon as I could.
2 turns charge. 1
You literally
turn
shot as soon as you
fires.
Top of turn 4, the fast one shoots at you. It
What?
looks like a whole bunch of like green globs. Like some of them are like this big, some of them are like this big, like almost like
Acid!
a flat
Spores!
of yeah, something like that. Good enough to hit. Don, you'll have to try and roll for a dodge.
Okay, this is at a +3 because I'm apparently no longer explosion dodging.
No explosion dodging.
Ooh, what's that? What's that? That is a 16 +3.
That is good enough to dodge, my good man.
Dang!
The pieces of
Space
green
alien acid eating through my shit.
gabby floor stuff flies past you. However, it
How's
appears
Amy doing on getting the shields recharged, by the way?
Oh, when did they go down?
First turn.
First turn. Second
Yeah,
turn.
hit by the... Oh, that's right, we still had... Okay.
Let's see, it's 5 turns. But she's got crazy stuff. 1, 2, 3. So it should take 2 down turns before they come back up.
Okay.
So
Alright.
they're
We're
up.
still kind of moving generically away from the aliens to kind of space them out.
Right.
Yes.
They should be up at the start of the next turn.
Cool.
I fire.
It would appear that the fast ship has a second cannon of this green gooey orb bluff stuff, and he fires it.
Wait, are these
Again.
ships or?
Aliens? But
Okay, so not ships.
yeah, they're aliens.
Gotcha.
So the alien fires again, and it's good enough. You'll have to try and dodge the second shot.
Yaj.
Dodge.
Yodging!
Dodge.
Yodge +3.
Dodge plus 3.
Yaj it.
Please tell me you rolled something funny.
I rolled a 3.
Roll a 3?
Plus
Utility
3?
droid in the engine room. Roll for Yaj.
The utility droid rolled a 7. Also not good enough.
Sorry.
The green globs hit in various places on your ship, doing total of 2 damage. 1 damage here and 1 damage there, and the side of your hull is now coated with a icky, oozy green stuff that appears to be steaming.
Oh no. Okay.
That's bad.
I fire the
So
heavy laser.
Top of your turn. Is your turn. Time to fire the heavy laser. Which one would you like to fire at?
The one that's close.
The one that's close. Fire away. Make a roll for it.
Here we go.
Please to hit.
6.
Um,
Plus 3. I'm at plus 3.
plus 3 is good enough to hit. He attempts to dodge and misses.
Wait, the laser misses or he misses?
I'm really,
He misses. Sorry.
I'm more
Did
confused
he-
about the sound effects in the vacuum of space. That's what's.
Hey.
They're
hey.
synthesized by your computer.
the
By
sound
your
effect.
your computer synthesizes
okay.
them.
Any
Gotcha.
good interstellar spaceship has an audio synthesizer. Okay,
Yeah.
for positional information during combat.
Yeah.
Also plays loud
Fine.
clunks when some idiot slams the skyhook into a building.
I wasn't
That
on the
was
ship
an
for
apple.
that. That was Modar. That was not me.
That heavy laser does a packet of 2 damage. Oh. The alien flinches.
You better believe it does.
And swallows its own spit and explodes from acidic bile.
Not quite. It is the top of the 5th turn.
Shields are up!
Shields are up. Shields are back up.
There we go, Amy,
gets a shield point.
MVP.
Amy gets a point in shields. Where were we? Oh yeah, it's their turn. The really big
Wait,
one from a
How
long.
many turns? Hang on, how many turns do we have before the weapons are recharged?
The mini beam will be up next turn.
Okay, so no explosion dodging.
We could explosion dodge in. No, bad idea. Fire the mini beam next turn, and then wait 2
Yeah.
turns, and then we get to shoot them both.
Okay, so fire the mini beam next turn, and then explosion dodge for 2 turns, and then blow the big one up.
Yes. So the little one. I've been shooting at the
The
little one.
mini beam will totally kill the little one this turn, I believe.
The big one
I
fires
know.
a projectile.
Ah!
It's an enormous projectile. It won't get there this turn.
Can we shoot it down?
No, but you can attempt to dodge it next turn when it gets there.
Is it tracking us?
Yes.
Are you sure we can't shoot it down?
Yes. You'd have to.
Sound very
okay.
sure.
I'll say you can shoot it, but none of your weapons would actually drive it off course, except for maybe the heavy laser.
No, we won't have the
we
heavy
don't need to
laser.
drive it off course. We need to destroy it.
I'd say you'd have to roll a natural 20 to hit it.
If it's tracking us, then maybe if I hit it with an ion cannon, it will.
I mean, it's big, but it's not as big as like a ship, and your ship's
That's
targeting
with-
computer is designed to target things ship
Should
size.
have bought a better targeting computer.
I mean,
Can
that's like
we, like,
you had like an
move
anti-missile
so that it runs into the small one from behind?
Yes, but that would require some expert piloting rolls.
Let's do that.
Right. Well, it's your turn.
We shoot the mini beam first.
I should mention that the fast ship is gaining on you. It appears to
Shoot
be
the mini
fast.
beam first.
Shooting the mini beam. Rolling an 18.
Ooh, good enough to fire off a 3 damage packet. The beam seems to burst something on the inside of the alien, and it explodes into a big splattery.
A contusion.
A
Yes,
giant flak field, you say?
a giant flak field.
I maneuver so that the larger projectile has to encounter the giant flak field on its way towards
I
us.
fire. Wait, I also fire the ion cannon at the projectile. Just in case.
Okay, make a roll.
Well, I rolled a 9.
That's good enough to hit. The ion. Oh wait, hold on. Sorry, you rolled a what?
I rolled a 9. I'm
Oh,
shooting
yeah, that's
at
not
the
good enough to hit.
projectile.
Sorry. Yeah, no.
But
No.
I get a point in weapons for that.
You get a point for it recharging, not for it firing.
Yeah, well, it recharged this turn.
So yeah.
I fired it.
You get a
So yeah.
Don, would you like to make your piloting roll?
Hey, yes, I would.
Doesn't sound good.
Well, it wasn't a 1.
Was it a 2?
It was a 7.
Would you like to take 2 strain to try and re-roll it?
Yes.
You know, whenever he offers you the option, it's gonna be bad.
Hang on, I need to set this
I swear,
on a
if he
level
rolled
surface
worse
this time.
This time, I'm gonna be pissed.
Hang on. Level surface.
Level surface, blow on it.
Lucky die, lucky die, lucky die. Huh.
What'd you roll?
A 5.
5. No, it's gonna be good enough.
Quick,
Yep.
utility droid, roll for
I tried.
dodging.
Good utility droid
It's
roll
not
for
here
dodging.
yet. We're
Okay,
just
fine.
rolling to
Roll to
navigate
maneuver.
it
Okay.
into the flak field
Right, so he probably
of
can't.
the exploded space worm.
He can't help with that.
Not good enough. On its way. Let's see. That was turn 5. It's now turn 6.
Is the big one gaining on us?
No, you are definitely gaining on the big one. However,
Good.
all of the acid that fast one spit all over you does another point of damage to your hull.
Quick, utility droid! Neutralize the acid!
Well, it appears to be melting away. It appears to be steaming off somehow into the vacuum of space. But it has
Sublimate.
done 1 more damage of hull.
It would not convert to steam. It would
Okay.
sublimate.
It looks like it's steaming away. It's not actually steaming away. It just looks like it. So that we have a frame of reference for what it looks like.
The enormous,
Sort of going from solid
the
to liquid.
enormous projectile is approaching your ship. Roll for dodge.
Wait, is it the next turn yet? Can we start explosion dodging yet? Because
Yes.
Yes, but it's arriving. No, it's their turn.
Right.
It arrives on their
So I'm rolling to get not annihilated by the giant projectile.
Yudge. Yudge.
You look so scared.
Oh,
you'll get a plus
set
1.
of dice.
You'll be at a +1 because it's so large and slow moving.
Good. So I'm at a +4
Right.
cumulative, and I rolled an 8.
Not good enough. Let's see if
Dodge.
let's see if Wooster can help you out there.
If he
Yeah, he
can't-
rolled a 3. So
if he
Can
can't
I spend some more strain to re-roll that one too?
I'm gonna say if you want to re-roll that one, you'll have to spend 3 strain instead of 2.
Okay, so
really
I
wants us
spent
to
a
get
total
hit
of
by
5
this.
strain. Yeah, I know. 15
Can I spend,
plus 4.
Can I spend
That
some-
is amazingly good enough to dodge the massive projectile.
Yes!
I'm gonna spend
Which-
some strain and run up to the cockpit and slap the pilot vigorously on the back, and then run back to the weapons bay in the same turn. That's why I had to spend some strain to do it. 'Cause one turn.
Well,
I will exchange high fives.
Just imagine where I would have been slapping you if you hadn't dodged.
Yeah.
okay, so I'm gonna say you're able to outrun the larger one and jump away just in time as it continues to launch projectiles in your direction.
Wait, did we destroy the smaller one?
You destroyed the
Yep.
smaller one.
Did we get XP for it?
Yes, you did.
Yay!
Yes.
You got enough to level the ship up.
What? The ship
What?
is now
Level 8 ship!
level 8.
And you're actually like level 8.5 because of the encounter on Xenon, so you're very close to level 9.
We're like halfway to level 9.
So you jump away. I'm presuming you jump.
And I
space
totally get
up-
a navigation point for that Yaj of epic.
Yes, for the dodge.
Space
I'm
southeast.
presuming space southeast.
I'm assuming we want to go to that isolated sector that's sort of due east. We haven't really consulted the compass again, have we?
Well, when you get to that next sector,
Didn't really have a chance. Maybe Dr. Stephen Albert was able to investigate.
yeah, once you get to that third sector, Dr. Albert confirms that the device is indeed pointing to the isolated sector to your northeast.
Hey,
Dang, we're good at guessing.
Wilberforce.
Voltron.
For future reference, next time you jump into a sector with terrifying beasts, terrifying ship-eating beasts, while I'm in the head.
In the head.
Please consult the ship manifest and use the cloaking
As opposed
system.
to there ever being anything in your head.
Use the cloaking system that we have installed.
Hey, did you know we have a
Avoid
cloaking
detection.
system?
Hey, what do you know?
Yes, we can become undetectable for 2 turns, untargetable. I can't believe you didn't think of that. You could have looted the sector probably from stealth.
In 2 turns?
That's a good point. Would have taken you a lot longer.
Come on, I'm not totally so bad.
Well, I
you-
mean,
Let's move on with this conversation.
maybe not totally, but what's the
Toad.
name?
Moving,
What's the
nope,
name
till
of
the
this?
conversation's over. We're
What's the
moving
name
on.
of this beacon that we are?
Termite
And
4.
if it's Termite 4, sir.
I'm gonna start.
One of these had better be named Termite Queen.
You won't find the termite queen.
The one in the center here, that's kind of surrounded by 7 others. That beacon is named Termite Queen.
This is Termia 4.
Termite 4.
We've had 1 and 2 and 4.
He's trying to mess with us by pretending they've got names, even though they don't. He's just adding numbers to the name of the sector.
Obviously, that is their name.
Obviously. Yes.
Obviously.
Obviously.
Because, it's obvious.
Okay. Well,
So, do you want to end the session there or keep going?
is there anything in this beacon first or no?
There's more enemies.
Oh God. I think now would be a great time to a suspenseful moment to end the action, and we can pick it up in a few days.
I'll say this. Maybe I'll say you don't see any enemies there yet.
Yeah, you kind of ruined the suspense by already telling us that there were enemies.
You can pretend that you
What
can
will
pretend
happen
that you
to our
didn't hear anything
heroes
about a
next
quad
time?
laser.
Will they survive the next enemy onslaught, or
There you go.
will their ship be eaten?
Enemy Lancelot?
Enemy
I mean,
onslaught.
Lancelot.
Enemy ocelot.
Enemy Lancelot.
The Ocelot. An Ocelot named Lancelot.
An ocelot class freighter-sized alien enemy.
Ooh, we should totally upgrade to an Ocelot class ship.
Yeah. Too bad
Only
we
2
spent
levels
all of our
away.
scrap on healing potions.
You're only 2 levels away,
Hey,
and if everything
When
goes
that acid eats through the ship, or when those mind control spores invade, you'll be glad we have healing potions.
Mind control spores? They were mind
Look, it's
control
obviously a
spores?
boarding pod. What else do you expect of a giant acid-spitting space alien?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Exactly.
Well, if everything goes as planned, by the end of the next session, you should be ready to level up your ship to a
We'll
tier
either
2
be
ship.
dead, or we'll be awesome.
Yes,
But that's
you will
every
either be
session.
super dead or super awesome.
That's so
One of the
true.
Okay. Awesome. GG's.
Either
GG!
We will reconvene.
GG.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday.